There's been so many times where I've woken up and I felt so overwhelmed by the amount of things I had to do for the day, the amount of things that I didn't get done already. Today, I'm going to be talking about ways you can simplify your life so that way you can go through your day without feeling overwhelmed. So I'm going to cover 10 tips in 10 minutes. If that's something you want to see, stay tuned. Number one, cut down the time it takes you to get ready for work. A lot of times what I would do, I would just wing it. Be running around like a chicken with my head cut off when it was time for me to get ready for work because I didn't have my clothes ready. I didn't know what shoes I was gonna wear. I didn't have a meal ready for me to have for lunch. I didn't start my makeup. Everything was just chaos because I did not have a plan of action. I was just winging it. So simply just make sure you get your stuff together, your clothes, your shoes the night before so you already know what you're wearing. Cut down on your makeup routine. Number two, I know people say this all the time, but it's really true. Reduce the amount of time you spend on social media. You will not believe how much time you spend on social media until you actually start monitoring the amount of times you check your phone, check every social site, how long are you on those social sites. Be very aware of how long you spend on social media. The point I'm trying to make is social media can be very time consuming if you don't control the amount of times you spend on it per day. On top of that, having way too many social media platforms and trying to keep up with all of them can really run your life and make you feel a little stressed. Number three, reducing toxic people from your life or make amends. And I know this might sound easier said than done, but sometimes you just have to make a decision that if someone in your life is creating a toxic environment, or whenever you speak to that person or you deal with that person, you feel that, there's negative vibe, or that when you're hanging out with them is nothing but toxicity. Also, make amends. And I say make amends for people you don't necessarily want to remove from your life, but you also have, negative vibes with. If you know that you're not getting along with someone, a family member, a friend, there's no point of holding a grudge, because that grudge that you're holding in, it can hold in a lot of toxic feelings and toxic emotions that can build on top of each other, that can run your day and can run your life from just harboring those feelings. So make amends, talk it out, approach the person in the best way you can with love, and tell them how you feel. Number four, meal prep or get a slow cooker, or both. This was a hard one because I don't know about you guys, but for me, my husband and I, we would spend days, hours figuring out what are we gonna eat. Should we eat this? Should we eat that? Oh no, I don't want that. Oh, I don't want this. Well, maybe we should eat this. And next thing you know, we settle for the same old thing we always eat. And we end up regretting that we did not plan better for what we're going to eat. And a lot of times when you don't plan for what you're going to eat ahead of time, you end up eating junk or eating fast food or things you shouldn't be eating, or that's not gonna be helpful to your body. So what I suggest is prepping your meals ahead of time, even if you're not cooking your food. For me, I find that slow cooking has been a big lifesaver because I can just put in the ingredients I need in the slow cooker and set the timer off, and it will cook for the amount of time that I need to, and allow me to do other things that I need to get done in the day without feeling the stress of hanging out by the stove, waiting for cook times and waiting for this and waiting for that. I chop up what I need to chop up. I toss in what I need to toss into the crock pot and let it cook for the amount of time it needs to. And when it's ready, we already know that meal is ready, and we can save some of that meal for the next day or 2 days, depending how you operate in your own home. Number five, you can't have simplification without decluttering. Obviously, that was definitely going to be on the list. So number five is decluttering. Declutter both physically and mentally. So if you have things in your house that are not serving any purpose and they're not doing any good for you, get rid of it. If you have things around the house that you haven't used in years, get rid of it. Also, mental declutter is really huge. You're making sure that you're removing all the toxic thoughts that come through your mind on a daily basis. Harboring bad feelings, having anger towards somebody, or being upset at your spouse. Not carrying those things is a good way for you to be able to move on with your day. If you're holding on to negative thoughts and, mental clutter, it's draining you mentally. You're getting mentally drained by holding on to these thoughts and holding on to these feelings that, can create a lot of stress and cripple you from doing what you need to do throughout the day. Number 6, dealing with debt. And when I say dealing with debt, you need to face the debt fears. If you know you have debt or you owe money or whatever the situation may be, tackle it head on. Be proactive and start coming up with a plan of action to reduce the debt. Even if it doesn't take you a day, 2 days, a year to finish off that debt, but just having a plan in place, creating a budget on how you're going to reduce that debt or eliminate it altogether is going to take you one step further to simplifying your life and eliminating the mental stress and the physical stress of dealing with debt. But definitely don't hide it under the rug and act like it doesn't exist, because it's going to continue to build on and the stress is going to build on, and it's going to be hard to go day by day knowing that you have debt building up and you're not addressing it. So address debt head on. Number 7, value your time enough to know when to say no. I say this pretty much in all my videos, but that's because it's true. Know when to say no. Don't feel the need that you have to accommodate everybody, everyone, and all of their agendas for you, even though you may have the ability to be able to help them out. But if you know it's going to stretch you thin, or you're not going to feel comfortable doing it, or you're going to feel like, you're not going to have any time in the day left over for you to do it, and you know that it's going to become a burden for you, then it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, you know what, I'm not going to go out tonight. It's okay to say that, you know what, I can't take on this project. It's okay, but you have to first master knowing how to say no. And I'm not saying say no to everything, because there's a time where you do have to say yes and just face it and get it done. But at the end of the day, if it's not a priority for you and it's not going to serve a purpose, or you don't feel that you are going to feel comfortable doing it, or you're not going to get any enjoyment out of it, or it's going to be a waste of your time, say no. Number 8, downsize. And I mean, in every sense, downsize wherever you can in your life. Downsize your closet, downsize your shoes, your makeup, downsize everything in your life that has an excess that you know that you're never going to use all of it. If you have less shoes, it makes it easier for you to know what shoes you're going to wear. If you have less clothes, it makes it easier to know what you're going to wear, because you don't have so many options. A lot of times in this society, it's believed that if you have more is better. But sometimes more can create more stress, because now you have so many options and you can't make a decision. Especially if you're someone who is very indecisive. It might be time for you to reduce the amount of stuff that you have, so that way you can think clearly and see exactly what you have in front of you and make a quick decision. Number 9, get plenty of sleep. This is a no-brainer, but believe it or not, a lot of people don't get plenty of sleep. Long time ago, I used to sleep very late. I used to sleep like at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I would wake up at about 9, 10, sometimes 11 in the morning. And guess what? I wasn't very productive. Even though I was waking up late, I felt like I was making up my 8 hours, but in reality, I was draining myself, and my body was always feeling like it didn't get enough rest. So because of that, I wasn't thinking as quickly as I should. I wasn't functioning as well. I wasn't getting as much done. I was sluggish throughout the day. So if you're making sure you're going to bed in a timely fashion where you can get at least 8 hours of sleep, you get more time to do what you need to do. And number 10, slow it down. Take some time out the day, whether it be in the morning, during the day, in the evening, to slow down, unwind, pray, meditate, whatever it is you need to do to get your body in a state of relaxation. Take a breather. That's the best advice that I can give you when it comes to simplifying your life. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can know when my next video is up. Also, don't forget to share if you find this video helpful and hit the like button. See you guys on my next video.